Bonsoir, dear friends. This is JCB Live, happy hour in a very special place. We are in Sonoma County, the heart of the Dry Creek. There is a very historical store, founded at the same time at the famous Oakville Grocery 1881. This is the Dry Creek General Store. This is on your way to the lake, so you could pick up some baits, you could pick up anything you need as a picnic and the best sandwiches in Sonoma. And this is a beautiful place, so bucolic, with gorgeous views, iconic wines, great beers, and an amazing owner. So I'm about to introduce you to her, and this is her place. Come and join me. Now I'm on the beautiful patio of the Dry Creek General Store. The owner is right there. Would you join us in front of your most historical sign? Woo!
Exactly.
My lovely wife, Gina Gallo-Boisset. No one else but one of the ladies, the finest of American winemaking, willing to preserve history and the identity of great food, great wine.
Jean-Charles, thank you for coming. Thanks for visiting. This is a surprise attack.
Well,
Let's
we're
go
delighted.
inside.
Let's go and
do it.
taste.
Okay.
And you're gonna see it's a delight. All right, let's go inside. I cannot wait. Ladies first.
After you.
No, after you.
It would be my house.
Well, I'm really French.
Okay.
Even though it's your house, it's all about you. Look at this gorgeous girl, by the way. Isn't she beautiful? Dear friends, we are inside of the magical store. The identity and the history of America. So Gina, tell us all about it.
Welcome. And welcome all of you for coming and seeing us. 1881, established. Quite serendipity that you have the Oakville store 1881, which I find fascinating.
It's an amazing
what
year.
month was first. I want to find that out. But I love this place. I was lucky enough to purchase it in 2001, but the history and the bones and the things that speak before I ever was here are amazing. What I loved about it, when I was at Fry Brothers Winery, working right behind, during harvest, breakfast sandwiches every day. The best breakfast sandwich ever, the best breakfast burrito by far. And I have to say, even though Jean-Charles welcomed me with the little JCB bubbles, the other great bubbles, the coldest beer in town. It definitely had it, and it still has it today.
So you recommend it for breakfast too?
No.
Okay.
No. Smoothies. I'm on
Ooh,
smoothies.
I like that. So smoothies, coffees. So this is a destination all times of the day. Morning, lunch, and of course, after work.
The farmers, interns, everyone. What I love about this is you have such an eclectic crowd. You have the tourists that come, and it's really, for us locals here in Hillsborough or Sonoma County, it's a meeting place. And what I love, and I looked at the history, if you really go far back, you know, Prohibition started, what, I think it was 1920? Prohibition hit, there was 4 wineries that actually stayed in business. For sure 3, but I think there's 4. And the one in this area, which was Cantana, which now today is Pedroncelli, and still working, operating, really cool family, and they're still here in the Dry Creek, the heart of Dry Creek Valley. Also the Healdsburg Wine Company, which now is owned by the Wilson family, wonderful, wonderful community supporter, that he has that. And then the Fry Brothers, which is right behind, if we
Which is
jump
part
over
of
the
your
store,
collection.
which is part of our family winery. And I do think Fabiano was before Prohibition and after Prohibition, but it doesn't say it in the record, so I'm curious about that one, so I have to do a little investigating. And then it's cool because historical landmark, I think we received it basically way before my time, 1974, and we were number 44 in Sonoma County as a historical landmark. And I guess I would say what I love about this place is that back in the day, when I was talking about the Prohibition and when it broke in 33, it really was about prune orchards around here. And when you read the history, the prune farmers and a lot of local farmers, they would come here and they met for their meetings. It was like a consulting place where they would have time to share knowledge and to express their feelings and to learn from each other. And still today, I truly believe it's a meeting place, and that's what I love about it, most importantly.
So you have a great bar.
Well, and I know, who would have thought that I would have a bar? Beer and wine, yes, and it's really
And
cool.
it's a
We'll have
lot
to
of
see it in a
stuff.
little bit. It's eclectic and it has a lot of farm equipment, history in it, and like I say, if these bones could talk, the structure talks, I mean, there's a lot that happened through here. When you walk in this store, which I think you'll love, you can appreciate it because the floors creak. You feel it, you see it. The other thing I love is that my best friend, Gia Pasalacqua, she's with us today, and she has really turned this place upside down and really creating seasonality. We have a farm for all the fresh produce, and you're going to meet her really quick, and she's going to introduce you to some of the fabulous things that we offer here at the general store as far as food. So why don't we go on the food?
Let's go.
Let's check it out.
I'm ready. And this is your last stop to the lake, so this is the place to come and enjoy the best sandwich in Sonoma.
Well, this is true too. So last stop to the lake, and we carry bait. Who carries bait these days?
I hope not in my sandwich.
No.
Here is the famous Gia. Look at that gorgeous case, Gia. So why don't you tell us all your beautiful, irresistible sandwiches?
Well, I think at the Dry Creek store, what we're noted for, we make a lot of things in-house. And right now it's our basil pesto season. So we're doing our homemade focaccia with basil pesto, mozzarella, tomatoes from the garden. That's one of our most popular sandwiches.
So this is this fantastic
That
one
one there. And I have to be honest, one of our iconic dishes are classic deviled eggs.
My favorite. As you know, I can have 5 of those in about 2 minutes.
Classic deviled eggs, we also make some with the extra virgin olive oil and golden balsamic vinegar, but typically we have the classics always on hand.
So what is classic to you?
Classic is classic Americana. So I would say there's a bit of mayonnaise, touch of mustard, some sweet pickle relish, black pepper and salt. And of course we use the best farm eggs, and that makes all the difference.
I'm so excited. I finally have the recipe. I've been begging my lovely wife all this
Gia.
time, and she never gave it to me. Thank you, Gia. Thank you. What about that fresh basil you use from your garden?
We use that. We process loads of basil. Hale is our gardener. We have a fantastic gardener. Each week he processes vats of this basil, and we turn it into basil pesto. It's very rare to go to an establishment today that makes their own basil pesto.
That's
It's
right.
a labor of love. It
For
takes
sure.
so much energy. We use the best Parmesan Reggiano.
Yes.
So we don't skimp on the ingredients.
What about this beautiful panini with Gruyere and butter? Ooh.
Yeah, and prosciutto, that's also a top seller. It's a very simple sandwich, but it goes into our panini press, and it creates the combination of the sweet prosciutto, the little bit of butter, and the Gruyere with the crispy baguette. It's absolutely divine.
So I just saw some guests having the turkey pesto.
Right, and that's on a Redbird baguette. It's a local bakery, again with our homemade basil pesto. It has 2 cheeses, an aged provolone and a fontina. It goes into the grill and it's melted, and
Ooh.
it's so delicious.
Woo! And I'm a fan of your turkey cranberry. So why cranberry and turkey?
Well, actually, that was one of Gina's ideas. She thought we could do a classic year-round, and it's actually been one of our best sellers. We make our own cranberry, so whole cranberry.
Really?
We have a wonderful recipe for that. Fresh cabbage, special sauce, and of course that goes on our homemade focaccia into the press as well.
I'm a big fan of this one too. And you have a whole Arab salad, obviously. What is that one? Jalapeno, cilantro.
Oh, that's hummus. So that goes on our vegetarian sandwich. Homemade hummus, classic tahini, garbanzo beans, cilantro, and jalapenos.
And then here your old-fashioned.
Another old-fashioned recipe. Sometimes the classics are the best. It's hard to beat a
Sure.
classic. So again, that's a classic, Americana potato salad.
My eyes keep going down and down to the famous bark shark brisket. So tell us about this one, because I know it's the ultimate indulgence.
We will be sampling that later. That is one, I keep saying it's one of our top salads, but it really is. That one is fantastic. We use our beautiful rotisserie smoker that we have. We marinate this brisket for a couple days. We slow smoke it. And then of course we mix it with our secret blend of sauce and spices. Our own house-made relish that goes on the grill with melted cheese and cabbage and a couple other little things on there.
I love it. And Gia, you have an Indian influence with curry chicken salad. So why curry chicken salad?
That's something that I actually have I love curry chicken salad, and we've had a number of customers that have requested it. Every time we slow down just a tad in the winter time, and we've had guests that always request that. Please, when are you going to bring that curry chicken salad back? And it's something that is people love. So
Well, I'm a big
It's so
fan.
healthy for you, curry.
Yes. And Gia, you make a fantastic chicken marsala. So every Thursday during this COVID era, you're preparing very unique dish. So tell us about it.
well, we started to do freezer to oven entrees for those folks that wanted to take something away for dinner, didn't want to do much prep. In fact, there's no prep. They go from our freezer into your oven, and they're in disposable or recyclable containers.
Yes.
Everything is homemade. A lot of things are from our garden that we've had in our pantry, either frozen, tomatoes from a season, cilantro from our garden, the chicken tikka in particular.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of this one.
And it uses, Hale grows beautiful cilantro. So that's there. We have aroma tomatoes that are beautifully ripe. It makes all the difference in the dish.
For sure.
And
And we
so,
have Gina's grandma's rigatoni recipe,
Ooh,
which is very special.
can we see that today?
We,
If there is a chance, we
maybe
can
I'll
see.
take it home for you
Ooh
tonight.
la 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 la. The rigatoni.
Rigatoni.
Yes.
Because Gia pasta l'acqua, big history.
How many generations?
well, the rigatoni is a great dish. It's, again, freezer to oven. And we
Beautiful.
really wanted to do something for Gina was, wanting to do something for our local community that would make it easier on them during this time.
For sure.
And, it's homemade. The health benefits of the food are fantastic, and it's, of course, made with TLC.
Well,
We love it.
you
So
have-
talking about TLC, Gina, can we go and taste those sandwich? Because I'm dying. I just saw them coming out of the toaster. Are we
Let's
ready?
do it. Yep.
Let's go. Cheers, ladies. We are back at the table. I want everybody to look at this amazing, magnificent surrounding. This is all about great gifts from Sonoma and California at large, as well as beautiful gifting ideas. But the gift of the day with Gia and Gina is what we have in front of us. So, Gia, to go with our magnificent JCB 81, I selected a wine for you and Gina that is all about Sonoma Coast. Some richness, some ephemeral taste, and insatiable flavor profile. Another cheer, because two is better than one.
My second favorite Chardonnay, I have to say.
Mm.
And what I love about it is, because we are having meat on these sandwiches, forget white that doesn't go with meat. It does go with meat. It doesn't have to just be pork or chicken. I believe this really is so rich and powerful and nice acidity, it's gonna hold up to these two sandwiches. But we have a challenge. You're challenging us.
And this was one of the wines we tasted, Gina and I, on our first
I
date.
love it.
So it's even more emotional. So Gia, you prepared those amazing.
Well, we prepared the Berkshire brisket that we saw in the case. Again, that's done on our panini press. It's absolutely delicious. It has layers of flavor and actually texture as well. Starting with the crispy, soft bread, the cabbage, the sweet and sour, I would call it, brisket. And then, of course, one of our all-time favorites is our Dry Creek Stacker. It's not for the faint of heart.
How many mouths do you need to go through that?
It's about 4 inches tall. But people work their way through this, and actually
Really?
people eat that entire sandwich.
I'm not surprised. Well, this is a piece of art. So shall we start with one?
We should start, and I
Gina,
just want
you-
to say I'm extremely grateful that Gia and I are partners in rocking the house, and what she creates, they're unforgettable. When you come and taste, people always say, I want this, or I want to come back and have that. And somehow, and I know how it is because Gia has passion for food, she creates over and over again. So hopefully all of you have had a chance to come here, but if not, come visit us. We'd love to see you.
So maybe before we dive in, the garden. All that
Oh.
comes from your beautiful garden, which is actually, dear friends, located behind the store. We'll get a sneak peek so we could see where everything starts, which is the garden. So what do we have here?
Well, we have what we have in season. We're growing, Hale is growing melons, which we also put into our fruit salad. We do all sorts of little small cherry-like tomatoes, sun golds, yellows. Those as well go into a salad with fresh basil and mozzarella. Again, the classics.
Someone's calling.
It's a good sign.
Oh, God.
Business is
I feel
going.
bad.
We don't need to social distance because we spend the nights and everyone
But
together.
you two do.
We do.
You guys are social distance.
So those beautiful cucumbers.
Sorry for the ring.
Cucumbers as well. We make, again, a delicious cucumber salad with yogurt and spices. We also put those on our vegetarian sandwich. One eggplant, Hale planted a few eggplant as well, and we run specials with that. We slow roast the eggplant, again with our basil pesto, fontina cheese, whatever we're in the mood to do.
This is so exciting. And the kale is looking so beautiful. That's for your kale salad, as you said.
That's for our kale salad. That's year round, actually. Kale, because we have such a wonderful growing season, kale actually grows year round. We harvest kale year round. And the kale is a very popular dish. Kale Caesar.
The
Very
general
healthy.
store has really evolved because I think it started selling hay, grain, and flour. And necessities, probably canned goods.
Many moons ago.
Many moons
Yeah.
ago, back in 1881.
And now you do great gifting as well, as I
Gourmet.
can see all around.
Oh, the
Besides
girls,
the
I think,
food.
want to show their favorite little.
Shall we have a bite first? Because I think everybody
I'm
needs
ready
to
because I'm
see.
starving.
Let's go.
Go for it. Dive
So I'm
in.
going to feed Gina because nothing purer than my hands are. I told you, you need a big mouth on this one. Ooh.
Mm. What I love about it, it's not barbecue sauce. It's
right.
this beautiful yin and yang. You explain that sweet and sour, the pop. And again, I'm not really a big barbecue person because I mean barbecue is great too, but I love that.
This is, I would call Sonoma style.
Mm.
It's less barbecue and more about the other ingredients
The acid too is great.
that shine in the sandwich.
I got to say, it
One more
goes very
time.
well with the Chardonnay as
Oh,
well.
I'm sure it does.
Very nice.
Mm.
So, Gina, how many seats do you have outside for people to sit? It's prime for social distancing right now. Everybody can sit all around.
We do. Right now we have about 32 proper seating for social distancing, which is wonderful. And then we have our back garden, which is our beer garden, that could seat another dozen for proper seating. Hard times right now, but it is a great place because we have the outdoors. And if you're with family or people that you've been with, you know, it's a safe place.
The place to come and see. I don't know how we venture into this sandwich. This is so
have to see
insanely
about
You
it.
rare.
almost have to press it down, but yeah, people make that work. It is.
Maybe we'll leave it for beauty.
Leave it for another day.
I agree. This
So, is there another sandwich in season that you're going to be coming out in August that will be amazing?
You know, yeah, like I was talking about with our eggplant, we're just starting to come out of the garden now, so we've cut that in about half-inch slabs, slow roast it with a little bit of olive oil and salt, and then we layer that on our homemade focaccia with the basil pesto. It's a vegetarian sandwich, but the eggplant is almost meaty, and it's so creamy and delicious. We put it on the panini press,
Yes.
and it's you can't get anything better. Tomatoes from the garden, the pestos from the garden, the eggplant, some really delicious fontina.
So-
Fontina.
Gia, many friends are all over the United States and beyond. What sandwich would you recommend they do at home, taking into account the local summer seasons, that they can replicate that you've done? Maybe don't give us the full recipe because there's a little secret to that, but something that people can do at home easily and enjoy with a great glass of wine.
Well, I think most of us can source tomatoes, right? And it's tomato season. I think tomatoes they speak summer. I mean, no matter where you are in the country, no matter where you are across the world, tomatoes they tell us it's summertime. Any kind of tomato that you can get your hands on. You
Yep.
can even do, if you can't get the large slicing ones, you can do the little small ones.
Mm-hmm.
Slice those up. You can put those in a bowl with a little bit of olive oil. Throw in some basil leaves. Okay, your favorite cheese. It could be a Gouda, a more aged Gouda. It could be shaved Parmesan. It's another wonderful one.
It could be a Brillat Savarin if you
It
want to go
could be
French.
that. It could be that. It could be a chev. And that would go on the bread, whichever
Yeah.
cheese you're doing. And then I would take that basil and tomato with enough olive oil, depending if you're using Brillat Savarin, then I wouldn't do the olive oil. And then you put that on the bread, a crusty baguette. You could even do sliced bread. And I mean, that right there alone and salt is a delicious combination. Really simple, but speaks to summer.
That's
I
right.
love how you taught me how to do garlic bread, like true garlic bread. When you do it on the barbecue or the grill, you can even do it in your house. that you grill it and you take it off, and then you just cut a clove of garlic and rub it. And then you take the fresh tomato and rub it.
And smash that into the bread.
Oh,
And that's classic Italian. That's how they make they call that bruschetta.
Brisket, yeah, it's
Yeah.
very nice.
Very exciting, dear friends. We got an amazing tour of one of their stores. Gina has a little surprise, and she wants to save this wine for next time. Gina, I know you're going to be cooking with us your family lasagna. So is this wine to tempt us to be on the JCB Live with you when you do your grandmother's recipe?
Absolutely. I thought this one would be fun because I'm very sentimental to this one. It has my grandfather Giulio, my great uncle, and a signature on it, 1978. So it's the first time we ever bottled a wine, varietal and vintage dated. And still today, I had the opportunity about, probably 2 years ago to taste it. Fantastic. And I just wanted to show it to you all because more than half was from Sonoma County, and then the balance was from Napa, two great counties that create wine, and a beautiful Cabernet. Sonoma County, Dry Creek Valley isn't known for Cab, but it really can do something outstanding.
You'll have to be back with us on the show. Gina will show us.
We'll pop it and we'll taste it, but
The
it's a little
family
too
lasagna.
early to have that one now. We'll wait for that.
So I could see two beautiful ladies here, gorgeous,
So honorary
irresistible
grace.
children, our lovely girls who are going to show us their favorite gifts.
Do you want to pick out your favorite book and your
So
favorite grape?
let's go into the gifting area of the Dry Creek General Store.
Because we do have kid things that are
Before we
super
say
cool.
goodbye, dear friends. What's your beautiful t-shirt as well? Look at that. Is that your favorite color, Glass?
Yes.
Oh no, you moved to red now.
Yeah. Pink and red.
So ladies, how do you love the store?
It's a lot.
Isn't it the best place to come in Sonoma?
Yes.
Don't we love Mama?
Yes.
Isn't she the best?
So one question, since Jean-Charles always gets to ask a question, I'm going to ask one right now. What do you love about the Dry Creek General Store established in 1881?
I love about when you go into there, there's like old-fashioned stuff on the roof and everywhere.
Oh, in there. They don't know what it actually is.
So we're gonna have to go now.
It's a bar.
We are going to go see
It's
it.
a bar. It's a bar.
And what's your
wide.
favorite thing?
The cookies.
The
Just
cookie.
cookies.
Cheers.
Ooh, the cookie jars. So
What's your
maybe
favorite
we're
thing?
gonna say goodbye from the bar. Wow, look at this. So describe us what you love the most.
I love the saddle because you can just sit on it.
And enjoy a glass of milkshake.
Yes.
Oh, hot
Best
chocolate.
milkshakes in town, too.
Look at all the old-fashioned stuff on the roof.
So the beautiful thing about this bar is all the locals, people that really appreciate the Dry Creek General Store, they want to give. And so a lot of this is from our local farmers, our local community that just feels it should be here. And you could sit and have one glass of beer and just reminisce and talk and see everything and visualize. I mean, even to the heads, the antlers,
The wild
crazy
boar.
size. The wild boar, yes, he's funny. He always has that crazy hat on.
And look at the other one. It's like a policeman. It's an army hat.
The
Look.
firemen actually even had us, they gave us the little hats, which I think is fascinating that they were so kind. This goes back, way, way back.
Why don't you wear it, Gina?
Number
I
two.
want to. And
All right, you wear it.
look, there's
Very cool. Our
a
Hillsborough
necklace made
Fire
out of
Chief
bottle
is
caps.
outstanding. Isn't that's amazing.
Okay, ladies, so come around me and we'll close.
necklace made out of bottle caps.
Come here. All right, another amazing day in Sonoma with the ladies, and of course, the Grande Dame, the lady who runs this amazing place, the Dry Creek General Store, founded in 1881. So thank you, Gina, for the great tour. We hope many of you come and see us in Sonoma and come and enjoy the last beverage and beautiful place before the lake in Sonoma. See you soon.
See you soon. All the best.
Bye.
Bye.